Hey, you guys. Spark City again, back with another spectacular vlog as per usual. Um, Today's stream is fun. We started with some Fortnite and did all of our challenges and stuff. Got all those done for this week in time for the ones that come out on Thursday. Got all the fort bites except for one. I might need some help actually with the one. There's one that I need a squad for. So if you guys are down, just let me know, and we could play a game or two at squads and get the fort bite. Because apparently you have to be in a squad. What else? Then we played some Rocket League. Sam and I played one game of the Ghostbusters thing and agreed that it was pretty terrible. Still think the game's not that fun. What else? And then we kind of just played for the rest of the time. Got back to 1600 in threes today, which is really nice. Played really well all day. Played some 1v1 tournaments. Won most of them, lost some of them. And then me and Protato, because apparently nobody likes playing Rocket Labs maps. I was like, dude, we should play some of the Rocket Labs maps. So I started these tournaments. No one joins except for Potato. So me and him were just playing, and we were trash talking each other like shitty bronzies the whole time, and I had a great time. It was a lot of fun. 10 out of 10. Would date again. But yeah, it was just a good old fashioned thing. And it brings me to the topic, a topic that I wanted to discuss. It's something that I've been thinking about over the last couple of days in terms of like enjoying content and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, I love Rocket League. This is not an announcement of me stopping playing Rocket League or quitting Rocket League or whatever. But, and I talked about this a bit on stream today as well. Essentially, obviously, like, number one rule of thumb, and we've seen a lot of the negatives if you don't follow this rule, is if you make content for a living, you have to enjoy what you make, and you have to enjoy the process by which you make it. So if I'm playing a game that I don't like, to get content I don't enjoy, I'm going to have a bad time doing it. That's not to say I shouldn't push myself to play things, you know, like, so for example, when I get frustrated on Rocket League, I can't just give up on it, because that's not healthy either. But there definitely are going to be days where I don't want to play Rocket League, and I probably won't. I know that June is usually a slower month because it's the beginning of summer. Everybody's got vacation plans, you know, everybody's getting out of school and has a lot more free time and stuff like that. So I'm seeing a decrease in audience, which is normal. It's totally fine. This is me, not me reprimanding anybody. But it's very easy to follow that rule, the golden rule of, you know, enjoy your content, enjoy what you make. It's very easy to follow that rule when you don't have to think about bills to pay and stuff like that, because you need a growth strategy. You need a strategy to grow your stream. And it's important, like, it's important to have. But because of the fact that, you know, money is a big thing for me, like, I need to make it so that I can pay my bills and eat food, have a place to live. I need to be making money. And it's hard to balance between wanting to enjoy myself and going with what I have that, you know, that gives me the biggest audience. So for example, the Fortnite thing, it was fun. I enjoyed most of it. Obviously I had days where I wanted to punch myself in the throat while I was playing it, but I enjoyed playing Fortnite. It always starts off the same way. It's always like, ooh, it's new, it's fresh, so people will tune in. And then, you know, this is just stuff I'm noticing. And then, you know, eventually people are like, he's not that good at Fortnite. I'm not. And, you know, I don't want to watch this every day. That's fair. And eventually what happens is it results in a net decrease in average viewership. Whereas when I play Rocket League, even Rocket League has been decreasing a little bit. But when I play Rocket League, you know, the views come back. Like, I think it was Bacon. I was showing him because I made a joke about it, killing my channel. And I remember, like, the first couple days I played Fortnite, I'd send him my stats, and, like, it was hilarious because you could see exactly, basically based on the average viewership over time, exactly when I stopped playing Fortnite and went to Rocket League, it would go from like 3 viewers to 7 or 8. So it was funny to look at and be like, yeah, well, I mean, that is what it is. I mean, most people don't want to watch me play Fortnite. Most people who followed me for my Rocket League. And it, you know, I love playing Rocket League, so it's not something I'm going to give up. I feel like I've leveled up recently. We got to 1600 in 2s and 3s, and we got back to GC in 1s, which is huge. But all this is basically to say, like, it's very hard to balance liking the content that you create and putting out content because it gives you your biggest audience. It's hard to balance those two things when money is such an issue. And again, I'm sharing this with you guys because I want to be open and transparent. This is not me pandering. This is not me saying donate $500 million to me so that I can keep doing this. You support however you want or can. Don't feel pressured to. I'm not pressuring you at all. Completely explicit. Not pressuring. You support however you want to. And I will not begrudge you, you know, if you're a bit god like Savage is, and all of a sudden, you know, you're not dropping 10k bits, I'm not going to be mad. I'm not going to get bitter about it. It is what it is. You guys have your own reasons, and I respect that. So just wanted to lay that out there in plain terms, because I don't want anybody to think that this is me, like, you know, tear jerking and trying to get some sympathy money, because it's not. The positive I'm pulling out of this, and this is a big positive, is that it's freeing. Now all of a sudden, if it's a Wednesday at 6 p.m., I don't have practice with +2, and I don't feel like playing Rocket League, I'm not going to play Rocket League. These days probably won't come around very often. Especially like if it happens once a week, it happens once a week, but I doubt it will. Because again, like I said, I still need to be pushing myself to grind through. The only reason I made it so far in Rocket League is because I've been able to be like, no, fuck you, we're playing Rocket League, deal with it. But yeah, so I just want to be transparent with you guys, and that, like, it's not that I'm not having fun playing Rocket League, it's that I need to be thinking less about what's going to bring in the biggest audience, because I think, you know, obviously, you know, my three principles, or my main principle of, like, there's 3 reasons you would watch somebody, because they're entertaining, because they're really good at shit, or because they're educational and they know a lot. Those are the reasons, in my opinion, that somebody watches a stream. Those are why I would watch a stream. So if my attitude is being negatively affected, then I'm not going to be as entertaining, and that's just the way it is, you know. I watch back my footage fairly frequently, not all of it obviously, but when I know that I've been in kind of a funk, and I'm just sitting there like grumbling to myself or muttering under my breath, and just sitting there and grinding Rocket League, it's like, so what right now at this moment is separating me from somebody else who's doing this exact same thing? The answer is nothing. In fact, somebody who's a little bit more peppy and talkative now is much more compelling to watch. So these are all things I think about, and I don't know what it means. I don't know if it means I'm going to be doing more creative stuff on stream, like video editing or anything like that. I still am going to, like I did today on Twitter, I still am going to poll you guys and keep you involved in stuff that I think is, you know, good to be involved in. So for example, if you look at my Twitter right now, which will be in the description of the video, and you should follow me, shameless self-promotion, I have a poll running for the next probably, you know, just over 12 hours or so, with 3 genres of track of music. So it's pop rock, hip hop / rap, or video game. And you guys can vote. And then on Thursday, when I do my music stuff, which will be at some point during the day, probably around 4, like usual, I'm actually going to try and create a track, like a 1 or 2 minute track, or at least something, you know, a good idea from scratch, with the selected genre that you guys pick. I haven't checked the poll recently. Last I checked, it had 2 votes, but that was at the beginning of my stream. It was like 8 hours ago. So I'm really excited to do this. And this is something like I thought of, and I've seen like actual talented producers do it. And I was like, hey, it would be good practice for me to do. I'm really excited to, like, I'm constantly watching videos on this stuff. So it's going to be really fun to put it into practice. But yeah, I'm going to be experimenting a little bit more with my content, I think. And I'm sorry to my folks who only really like to watch me play Rocket League and don't really give a shit about much else. I apologize if this gets in the way. It shouldn't too much. But I just want to be open and transparent with everybody so they know what to expect going forward. But yeah, so that's pretty exciting. Also, Sam and I sort of brainstormed across an interesting idea. He was like, what are you going to do for the 24-hour stream? And I was like, I don't know. And then I straight up just spitballed something right off the top of my head. I was thinking of having like a challenge 24 hours. This would be something that would keep me engaged as long as I could. And it would hopefully, you know, engage the audience a little bit more too. I'm not sure how much I want to split it up, but basically it would be like, you know, I have 4 hours of the stream to hit a milestone in Rocket League or something. And I have an hour or 2 hours or something to get a world record on an episode of N++ or something like that. You know what I mean? Things like that. Or I have 2 hours or 4 hours again to get something in Fortnite. And we can, you know, if you guys want to suggest games, that's great. I have to own them, obviously. and we'll be able to browse. And it'd be interesting if you guys can come up with any challenges for me. And it'd be really fun to try and do that and make it like a challenging 24-hour stream. Because I've had themes in the past and they've been really fun. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And that 24-hour stream, if I look at the thing, I think it's the 28th. Yes, it's the 28th. So this coming weekend, I don't have any special plans. Next weekend, the 21st to the 23rd, is RLCS, which I'm going to be streaming with Max, at least on Saturday and Sunday, possibly Friday as well. And then on the 28th, which is the following Friday, I'm going to be doing the 24-hour stream from my usual time at about 1 p.m. Eastern all the way to 1 p.m. Eastern again on the 29th. So that should be super fun as well. And yeah, I want to do something like, oh, I have, I don't know, 4 hours to get up to 1700 in doubles or something like that. And then you have, I gotta brainstorm a bit. I gave you guys all the ones I'd thought of. I sort of just like thought about it a little bit here and there. I'm trying to look at the games that I play. I might do something in CSGO. I mean, why not? N++, Rocket League, CSGO, whatever, and just try and do some things, and it'd be fun. And I of course want to play games with you guys as well. So yeah, I think that'd be pretty fun. Let me know what you guys think of that. Be an interesting take on a 24-hour, and I can brainstorm more challenges, and you guys, like I said, can suggest me some. So I'm repeating myself now, so I'm going to cut the video off there. But thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate you all, each and every one of you, of course. Thank you for sticking with me this long. For a lot of my subs who are, Bacon's been with me for 2 years, and a lot of you guys have been with me for coming on 2 years now almost. So it's been over a year and a half. So I really appreciate you all. And I just want to say that because I haven't said it in a while, but I mean, you guys are what's made this journey possible in a lot of ways. So thank you. And I love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow.